The CareScape R860 operation, patient setup. After watching the video, the viewer should be able to prepare the system for a new patient, utilize the system with previous patient data, and utilize the system with current patient data. After turning on the ventilator goes to the standby screen. You will always initiate ventilation and end ventilation in the standby screen. Before starting ventilation, the device operator should review patient setup, making sure it's the right patient category with the correct settings. If just turning on the ventilator, under patient setup you'll have two choices, either new patient or previous patient. Selecting new patient resets the startup mode of ventilation and settings to the user-determined defaults. Additionally, if the clinician has patient data, they can enter this into the ventilator also. Now let's review the patient information tab. First, in the top left-hand corner is the patient type. I can select either adult, pediatric, or neonates. To the right of patient type is patient ID. One can enter up to 10 characters, then select confirm. Under ID is gender. Select male or female. Below patient type is height. When a gender and height is selected, this correlates with my ideal body weight and a target tidal volume based on 6 cc's per kilogram for adult patients. Below height is weight. When weight is selected, this calculates BSA based on my height and my weight. Under patient ID and gender is tube type and tube diameter. If the type of airway is selected with a tube diameter, this will allow the device operator to utilize tube compensation. To find tube compensation, open up your mode settings, and it will appear on the right-hand portion of the screen. Since the tube type was not selected under my patient information, tube compensation is not available. Now let's go back under my patient information tab, and let's enter a tube type and a tube diameter, and let's see what happens. So I just zoomed in here. I'm going to select my tube type. I'm going to enter my tube type. And then I'm going to select appropriate diameter. Now let's review our mode settings and see if tube comp's available. As you can see, zoomed into the right, tube compensation is now available, and I can turn that on. After turning on the machine and under patient setup, when I select either new patient or previous patient, it's going to change my choice to current patient. The clinician may want to use current patient to update settings or change patient category from, say, pediatric to neonate, or neonate to pediatric, or pediatric to adult. The previous patient button shows upon power up of the ventilator when previous patient data exists. Previous patient allows the clinician to use the patient's settings and alarm limits that were previously used